each team gets in. As far as I know, as far as I can remember, no one's even taken a knife round off Legacy.
No, they did. They lost the first on Cobble.
Okay.
Raccoons took that. But they are playing pretty strong.
Not in this series.
Not in this series, no. And it's going to be Legacy picking up the knife round here. Look, I think so far in the group stage, Raccoons, I mean, potentially not including their first matchup. But I think Raccoons have probably had the most success against Legacy so far. It's just yet to be determined whether Tainted can change that.
It's going to be a lot to work on for this Tainted lineup after this event. And hopefully they can learn something from the way Legacy plays. You know, you get outmatched, outsmarted, out-aimed that much as to their last map and potentially even this map. You really got to think about, you know, what are they doing so much better than us to destroy us this much? But has other opinions. He thinks that he's just as good, if not better. He's trying to find his way into the vents, but failing. And as he does, Dizzy, that is just luck and a half.
Dizzy going to be spraying for the vent drop. Lightstep picks up Klebs and Scoot gets Dioxide. Echo grabbing Lightstep here. So the push through to B ramp has worked for them. Matt CD is playing up towards Latteroon. Dizzy going down the ramp himself and following. So we could see coming from both sides here. Echo playing down on site, seeing if he gets contested. Matt CD pushed out a vent, but he will be met by two, and Asa picks up the kill. It's going to be the plant from Echo, and they now have 1v3 against Dizzy. That's Scoot in the vent. Echo on site, and Asa playing out to the side to cover three angles here. And as soon as they've spotted him, Asa will poke out and get the kill. Great round coming through for Tainted Black. They've taken the first again, but it's all about whether they can hold on to the lead as Legacy are keying up to take this away.
Now it's Legacy's chance to fight back into this one. Interestingly enough, they haven't gone for a force buy, just a lot of nades and a lot of P250s here as they look to go and nade stack the hell out of outers, and they might just be able to find a kill with it, but no. It'll just be Asa taken down to 78 here. So in the end, not the impact that they would have wanted from those four nades.
We're seeing the B ramps again here,
yeah,
Millboss.
I was about to say, not that Tainted Minds have been phased by any of it, pardon the pun, because they are just rushing straight down onto B, finding some quick kills. Dizzy does get a trade onto Klebs, but that's about going to be it. Lightstep in a 1v4. Unlikely he's going to be able to win this one.
Not when Ace has got the Pro 90. Going to be coming up against him, pushing him hard, and Tainted will win a second. So looking better here from Tainted Minds Black. If they can keep pushing on, keep the lead going, we might be able to see them pull out a few extra rounds. They are playing the T side here, so getting as many rounds as possible before the second half is beneficial for them. And looking at their buy, taking a similar approach, heading into round number 3, the standard Echo on the AK, with teammates all playing on submachine guns. So we've got the P90 on Asa, UMPs on Klebs and Scoot, and Hats picking up the Mac 10. Klebs will get one, and Scoot will grab another. Matt City will pick up Scoot here. Asa with the spray, though, is going to pick up Matt City. Dioxide for Haz. Klebs trading out. Neckel rounds this out. Tainted Black push it 3-0, and now we need to see Legacy get it turned on.
Here's where things get dangerous. They pick up that full buy. They pick up the gun round, the first gun round, and of course, Tainted Black, they're going to be on that bonus round with 2 SMGs still in the process. Although I have no doubts that Asa can make something happen with the Elo 90. It is a very, very overpowered gun up close against some of those rifles that might be more preferable to use at long range.
And we're not seeing anyone get caught out in those smokes. The whole of last map, it came down to poor smokes from the Raccoons. For last matchup, I should say. And they kept getting spotted out by Lightstep. In turn, Ace is going to drop Lightstep, so this is looking much better from Tainted.
Asa loves that P90 and has. He likes clicking heads, so that's what he's decided he's going to do. And that's going to give them a 2-man advantage now, Tainted Black, in a very good position to take the 4th round, and the first time.
Oh!
What the hell was that? And Matt CD, I don't even see him flick there. Just the bullet landed on the player's face, pretty much. And that's going to be now reducing it to a 3v2 in favor of Legacy. How are they able to do this time and time again? What I thought was potentially the first time a team was going to be able to take that early gun round off Legacy. It hasn't happened just as of yet. Now has, though, in a 1v2. He finds that first frag. He's got the second to deal with. Dioxide's going to get him around the corner. But does he have enough time to get this defuse in without a kit? Doesn't seem like it's going to be so close. Not going to happen.
No, not happening here, baby.
Tainted mines just enough there, but has to, like, literally, that was more down to luck than anything that there wasn't enough time for Legacy to take that round out. So finally, a team has been able to get 4 in a row against Legacy. I think that's the most that anyone's got so far.
Most have certainly gotten a row.
Yeah.
4-0. It's big, and it's forcing Legacy back onto their pistol buy. So CZ's 5-7s. We're seeing the Deagle come out. We've got a good spread coming out from Legacy here, and I think they're going to be very aggressive, as we're seeing from Dioxide pushing up here. Scoot going to pick up Dizzy, but there's one. Scoot picks up a second on Light Step, but Dioxide puts him down. Chris Well grabbing Has. Ace against Chris. And the final kill, Klebs picking up Matt CD. It's a quick round. Tainted push at 5-0. Honestly surprised is the way I'm going to put this.
Look, I'd have to agree. I'm exceptionally surprised. You know, I'd like to think that Tainted Mines, they might be an in-the-closet, highly good at nuke team. They might not have shown much of the stuff that they're doing. It could be. But we'll see whether or not they can continue this, whether they can't take this gun round off Legacy. I'm feeling like, at this point, Legacy's very much in a position that they don't need to worry too much, and they are on that CT side. So, of course, it's the preferred side, but you know, if Tainted Mines can get even 2 more rounds in this half, they are set up for a very good second half if they are able to utilize that CT-sidedness of the map to its full potential.
I think it's all going to come down to how Legacy play out their buy rounds moving forward here in the half, because Tainted have been able to set Legacy back onto their seat, and then after that roll out with a couple of rounds in the pistol buy and the subsequent. So looking here with Scoop playing up top, Dizzy playing on top of Hut. We're seeing Tainted Black pushing the outside. They're really looking for it out there. So no pushes coming yet into Annex for Dizzy to find. Klebs quite low on 13 HP after dropping back. So we're going to see Tainted rotate back from outers inside once again.
Legacy, they're going to be hoping the Tainted Mines push their stronger players. I'm looking at Dioxide and Dizzy for sure at this point, and Matt CD with that orb has been instrumental. Well, Lightstep and Chriso, they've been putting in very important, crucial kills rather than the big numbers. They've been doing their job very well. And now Klebs, he's down to 5 HP, but it doesn't matter because Matt CD says, see you later, boy, as they're now going to be pushing on towards just under heaven. They find the feet. I believe that was Lightstep.
Matt CD. Matt CD rotated, yeah. Dioxide picking up Acer on the ramp here, flashing himself in as he moves down. And it's been some good movement from Legacy this time.
This is the Legacy that we expected to see so far. And Scoot is now in a 1v5. It's going to be borderline impossible for him to make this round happen. He's going to have to put in a lot of work if he wants it. And he's got no time to do it in. So that is going to be the round finally going in Legacy's favour.
And this is really good for Legacy's economy here because they didn't drop a single player. So, I mean, of course, we see Tainted Black. They still have plenty of cash left in the reserves to buy up this round despite dropping it. Legacy were approaching max loss bonus. They had plenty of cash in the bank, but coming through with that win, keeping the cash for every player on the team is a big deal compared to finishing the round with just one man up. So moving forward, Legacy, if they take this out, they're set to launch their comeback and perhaps even the scores.
I mean, you can win every single round. You can win 6-0, but only ever have one player left at the end of a round and still not have that great of an economy. And Legacy, they've been able to keep a lot of players alive in a lot of rounds. They've been able to keep at least 4 alive in most of the rounds they win, which has very much been instrumental to their success, you know, in their economy, the way they've been playing. They haven't worried about rebuying too much because they've got so much money But Klebs is going to open it up with a kill onto Lightstep. A couple of trades going in, but now it's going to be Klebs and Eckle last alive against 3 almost full HP players of this Legacy lineup. Klebs is going to find one. Oh, sorry, Eckle's going to find one, and Klebs is going to get cleaned up by Matt CD on the outside. So in the end, they're Tainted not able to find that round as they may have anticipated with that early kill.
And we're seeing the KDs come back up now for Legacy, so they're evening the tide a little bit here. Deoxide 7-4, with Matt CD 5-5 leading the pack, and forcing Tainted now back onto a pistol buy. 3 Tech 9s, P250, Deagle with some armor on the side as well. Getting a lot of utility out here at the squeaky door. That's an incendiary out, and the door is blown open. Now the smoke coming through from TM to block any frag, any sight, any vision. And the boys are going to look to push here. Dizzy with the spray will pick up Scoot. And Lightstep watching the outer. Crystal picks up Haz. Good spray coming through here for Dizzy. He finds another. Chris finds Eckle, and it's Klebs left up here in the smoke. Has been tagged up, and Dizzy with the push. Unstoppable, running away with that round.
Doesn't matter if there's a smoke or a flash in his way, Dizzy's going to find those kills every day of the week. Just shooting through nothing and able to get the Tainted players now 3 rounds in a row for this Legacy side. And this is what I mean when I say that them on the full buy is basically unbeatable so far by the 3 teams in this group opposing them. Tainted Black though, they do have the skill to get a couple more rounds on the board. 10-5 half isn't the worst thing in the world, but they would want to get at least 7 if they can. That CD in the end though, he's going to find a quick headshot or frag onto Eckle to kick off this round. So, and another headshot or kill.
Another one. Matt CD embracing the DJ Khaled right now. He wants to find another one and make that 3 for the round. Legacy Esports, since coming in with the bye rounds strong now after having that pause, they've revamped themselves. And you were right. You said this is the Legacy we expect. 100% it is.
In this 3-on-5, the Tainted find themselves in. They've got a lot of work to do. But they do have utility to utilize. But then again, when you just walk into Matt CD's crosshair, there's not much you can do about that. You have to sort of anticipate where he's going to be, and if you anticipate wrong, when you're in a sticky situation, that's going to be the bomb going down. Haz is last alive with only 39 HP. Not a lot he could do here. And he's probably going to get found here by Lightstep. There we go. Haz goes down, and Legacy bringing it back now within 1 round.
And Haz was the only person to actually do damage that round as well. Yep. So he did all of 27 damage there to Lightstep. That round for Tainted, despite having firepower, was just so strong from Legacy. Matt CD's kills on the AWP are part of that, or a major part of that, I should say. 3 kills with the AWP, opening it up very hard and fast, securing that early damage and the early frags. Can't argue with it.
Can't argue indeed. Lightstep kicking it up once again, finding Haz early on. He said back-to-back kills, the last of the last round, first of this round. Why not? Haz, see you later. Go back to New Zealand. Go back to your YouTube, you know.
That's it.
We'll see what the rest of his teammates can accomplish here with just these pistols. P250, 2 Tech 9s and a Deagle, all but Scoot have armor of some description. And Klebs also has some nades to work with some utility there, 2 flashes and a smoke. Meanwhile, of course, Legacy completely kitted out for anything really. There's not much that they don't have at this point. Deoxide is going to find 2 quick frags. Eckle now is hiding in smoke. He knows there's at least 1 or 2 players around him, but he's going to get found through that smoke. Deoxide says, wait, what? There's a smoke there? Never knew that.
And it's equalised now, Milboss. Yep. 5 apiece. Legacy have brought it back.
I can't say I'm surprised. I really can't. I was hoping Tainted might be able to get a couple more rounds on the board. They won that first gun round, but since Legacy have started building their economy, it just hasn't stopped once again. Now they've got 3 AKs that they've been able to pick up as well, which is, of course, going to allow them that one-shot headshot percentage, or, sorry, opportunity. And they've got a very standard 5 AK setup on Tainted Black, not really opting for that AWP so far.
I think the thing is that they just, at the moment, they can't compete with, even if they were to have the economy to buy the AWP, they can't compete with Matt CD on it. Matt's had such great positioning.
Yeah, it's so much about that positioning that Matt is always in a different spot every round, able to find multiple kills with it. Chriso, he decides that he wants multiple kills this time with 2 quickly on Haz and Scoot, leaving the Tainted Black players in a 2 versus 5 situation. Echo deciding to run through a molly and take him down to 6 HP, and Dioxide closes that kill out as well onto Acer. So very good round from Legacy, once again retaining 5 alive. You can see their economy now, they're pretty much all above 10k except for Lightstep. I mean, at this point, even if you got a couple rounds on the board, they'd still be able to force buy a full buy, and there's not much that Tainted Black would be able to do about it.
No, and you're looking at Legacy being able to full buy for a good 2 rounds here as well. So, you know, they're almost set for the rest of the half. Almost for the rest of the half. Like, Tainted really have a fight against them now that they have the weaponry to bring it. Coming into round number 12.
So far, not a kill made in this round. Has just on that Tech 9 here, and he's going to be the first death. Once again, Matt CD finding a kill onto Scoot. And that molly is going to do so much damage to Echo there, but Klebs goes back to his clicking faces mode and finds that frag on Lightstep. So they finally get something out of it, but once again, it's just really not enough. They need to find, you know, at least from what I've seen in the last 4 or 5 rounds, it's been pretty much always Legacy getting that opening pick, no matter what. I feel like Tainted, they're just forgetting the fundamentals of trading in Counter-Strike, how important it is that you can't allow your teammates to just walk in one by one and die one by one, because that seems to be what they're doing. They seem to be a bit disorganized at the moment. Legacy, of course, picking up that round as well, with 2 left to go in this half. 3 left to go in this half.
And the thing is, as well, is like looking at the final of that round, Matt City pulled out a 3k total. It was, like you said, the 1v1 entries coming through there that allowed Matt easy picks onto the site. Now we're forced with the rush coming through, and Lightstep and Chris are commanding control of the site. Chris picking up 3 here. That's 4. And Legacy Esports now really pushing the envelope of what should be allowed by Tainted Minds, 8-5.
This is sort of the crunch time. If Legacy are allowed to go 10-5 up, then they only need to get 6 rounds on the board in the second half. And you know, if they get that pistol round, they've got 3 pretty much straight away, and 3 more to get once they get on rifles. It's basically guaranteed that they'll win 16-5 by that point if they're allowed that 10-5 lead. Unless, of course, Tainted Black are able to get the pistol round at the start of the next half, that might change things up a little bit, allow them to get back into this one and make it 8-10. But even then, I'd be surprised if Legacy let this game slip in anyway.
Oh, and the failed nade not going to be helpful through the squeaky door either. I think you're right. I think this is it, and considering the economy, like we mentioned, and Scoot picks up Lightstep, Legacy, even if they drop this round, the final round of the half is going to be a full buy from them. They are so cashed up, most players sitting well over 14k. So regardless, Tainted wants to pull this through and then have a hard fight in round number 15 to make this 8-7. And with the time ticking down, 3 members left for Legacy against the 4 on Tainted. It all comes down to how the execute goes on the site.
An 8-7 wouldn't be a bad score. That would be definitely a position where they'd be able to come back and win the game going onto that CT side. I know that some teams, strangely enough, sometimes prefer to be on the weaker side to start off with, because then they know exactly what they have to do to win the game if they are down. And even if they're ahead, they know how much leniency they've got on the stronger side. In the second half, they can pull it back.
Oh, and Dizzy being revealed there, man. It's going to be Chris sitting in the corner, and the poke coming out now. And the trade, Echo picking up Chris, Dioxide getting Scoot as Chris takes out Klebs.
Now Acer and Echo in a 2v1 situation against Dioxide. Definitely, in terms of HP, Dioxide's in a very good position, especially getting Echo down to 11 now. That could be devastating. He's expecting Acer to be in that hut, and he is indeed, finding that frag with the headshot. And Tainted Black, they're going to be able to finally find a round after 8 losses in a row. But, as you mentioned before, not an issue in any way, shape, or form for Legacy. They have the economy for days. They could go another 2 rounds and still have enough to buy at least an M4.5 armor, which is really all you need to get kills. And of course, some a bit of utility here and there, as well as some kits. So even if this half was longer, they'd be in a great position. Now it's just down to Tainted Black to see if they can't close out the half with the win here and make their job a little bit easier going into the second half of the game.
What it's all about, making it easier for progression further into the match. Has going to come off silo here and regroup with Tainted Black and the rest of his team. Dizzy is sitting here and has heard the move into the vent. Whether he's heard the drop or not is another story. He will push out onto Acer to follow out, but won't get the frag until now as he pushes aggressively. And that's bombed down. Dizzy surely has seen the pushback here. Has picking up Lightstep, the flash coming out, has still on the outside, and Eckle picks up Dizzy. So that is the trade coming through now in favor of Tainted.
Yeah.
4v3.
Recovered. That's so important there. If they didn't get that kill onto Dizzy, then that bomb would be in limbo the whole round. They've been able to recover it. 46 seconds remaining. They now need time to work with it and finally decide which bomb site they're going to go to. Dioxide and Chriso working in tandem. Oh, sorry, Chriso and Matt CD, I should say. Meanwhile, it looks like the B bomb site might be the preferred site for this Tainted lineup. And it would be a smart decision because most of the Legacy players are all on A or outside if you're Dioxide, but he's going to start coming in here. Down secret.
Oh.
I don't even know where Chriso was, but Klebs finds that frag quite easily. Gets the second one. Matt CD last alive. He picks up that AK. Definitely you want to stick to a rifle in this sort of clutch situation, but Tainted Black, I have to say I'm impressed that they've been able to pull out this round, if they do.
And you know what? I think they will. Matt CD too low, and that is Scoot. Tainted have brought it back. Well played to them. Yeah. They bring it back 8-7. This is exactly what you were talking about. Heading into the second half, Tainted are the team to really bring it to Legacy here. They're setting themselves up for success in the second half. Still that 1 round down, but 7 rounds T-side on Nuke against Legacy. That's something to be commended. So well done, Tainted, already for the effort that's been put in. And unexpected after the Legacy performances so far. Maybe Nuke isn't that safe of a pick for them. Maybe it's not necessarily their best map at this point. And maybe watching this as a competitor going into the finals tomorrow, you'd be thinking, well, this is potentially a map that we could take off them. Klebs opening up this pistol round with the kill onto Matt CD. Single shot fired, a single kill made, and now it's going to be Legacy quickly just rotating down towards that B-bomb site through the ramp area, and they're going to get the bomb down. So it now puts a clock on the amount of time Tainted Minds have to get into this bomb site and find the remaining 4 frags. They do have a kit onto Klebs, and they need to make sure he's the one staying alive towards the end here. But if he goes in for a quick kill there, that might just be the end of it. Might be the undoing. Acer, him and his teammates need to stay alive and work on these frags. 2 left to go. Chris and Lightstep, and these guys have been instrumental with the important frag so far. Acer, though, he's going to find one onto Chriso. Is the bomb being defused? It is indeed. And they're going to find this round. Tainted Black evening things up now with, I think, 3 rounds in a row there. And that pistol round should set them up for at least 2 more. Tainted are now going to look to push this into a lead instead of a deficit, getting the flip and forcing Legacy Esports onto the back foot. Legacy going to be coming through with the pistol buy. Dioxide does have the Deagle. The remainder of the team sitting on those P250s and looking to play for these trades. An aggressive buy up coming through from Klebs, getting the M4. Eckle playing with the FAMAS, and then of course the rest of the side on the UMP as standard. But a lot of utility coming out from the CT side. Scoot and Has both with 2 flashes. Scoot playing with the smoke. We had Acer smoke incendiary frag as well. So using that utility to hold off Legacy on the push. They're looking to prevent Legacy from gaining entry to the sites now with these pistols. We know for sure that these pistols can do work close range. Face is not too careful. He pulls out the molly. I feel like that might have been a bit of a choke there. And Matt CD is going to be able to chase him down and retain 97 HP in the process there. So a good trade for him, but has a very quick headshot and spots the second one out in the courtyard. That's going to be Dioxide. Dioxide and Matt CD left alive. Don't count them out just yet because we've seen crazier things happen than
An Australian team winning an eco round, but Tainted Black aren't going to allow it. They're going to take the lead once again, and we've actually got a game on our hands for once against Legacy.
We certainly do. Tainted are sticking to them, and they're making sure that there is a chance of overpass happening. Legacy Esports 8 to Tainted Black's 9. This is the flip. This is it. Tainted have taken a lead now, and they're going to look to hold this. However, Legacy on the buy. Dioxide's on the UMP and has a lot of utility. Matt CD with the utility as well. Dizzy taking a lot of damage here, and Lightstep picking up the first kill. This could be the turn that Legacy needed to put it back on its head. Get the buy round. That was what happened last time in the last half. It's what's going to happen this half.
If they can get the first buy round in their favor, Legacy, they'll be in a very good position. And Tainted Black, once again, they're in that sort of bonus round with 2 UMPs still in play. The man down, they're in an awkward situation here. Their defenses are spread thin, but they need to use the most of what they've got. Use those flashes and keep these Legacy players from being able to get an entry kill onto the site. For some reason, he's coming in from the B-bomb side. He had complete control of it, finds that one tap onto Haz, and that's going to be the notice from his teammates, or for his teammates, to come to B. We've got this one on lock, get that bomb down, and basically Tainted Minds no chance to come back into this one. But they are going to start entering here. Scoot trying to do some work. Dizzy's going to deny Klebs a kill. Asa and Scoot now last alive. Asa's still quite a while away. Up the top of Secret here. Scoot's not going to find a single thing. And Asa, at this point, I'd suggest you try and get the hell out of there.
He's running. Asa trying to get away and hold on to this M4. He's going to be met by Chrisowell, who's coming out to chase him down. And it's Chris that picks it up, with Lightstep getting the assist on that. But it was the full side of Legacy chasing him there. Did not want him to be able to take that M4 into the next round, round number 19. It's even here. Legacy Esports and Tainted Black, 9 rounds each. And Legacy now forcing Tainted onto the pistol buy. Has plenty of cash in the bank, 4.9k, but he's not going to be able to use that. He needs to make sure he's using that in balance with his team's economy. Dioxide on the UMP. Once again, it's Chris, Matt, Lightstep, and Dizzy with AKs and utility. They're going to look to push this round and get Legacy back on the front foot instead of being even with Tainted.
Well, this is a position where Tainted could potentially relinquish the lead again, go back in favor of Legacy, and if so, it's going to be a tough ask from then on. But we've seen the 5.7s do some work this event so far for pretty much everyone who's used one. It seems to be having a bit of resurgence, almost. A bit of, you know, back in the day when it was very, very overpowered, everyone used it, and then the 5.7 took over because it's an absolute meme of a gun. And then now the CZ seems to be a few pros taking it in favor. Oh yeah,
the CZ, despite having limited bullets available, it's like the comparison between the A1S and the M4A4. It's what you prefer, and in this stage, it gets a lot of damage out in a short amount of time. It's accurate, a lot of headshot damage, so can't argue with it. However, when we see Legacy controlling the map so hard like this, Asa not going to find anyone there. Lucky he didn't shoot. He's going to rush up. Will be seen by Chris. Turns, looks for the kill, but Chrisowell going to take him out. Asa able to claim Matt CD before going down, and Legacy get their turn once again. They're in the lead, 10-9.
Well, the only real good thing that Asa was able to do there was deny the bomb plant, so that was a little bit less money in Matt's wallet. And Legacy, they're going to be able to take the lead again, 10-9. Close game for once against Legacy. Probably not expecting this out of the Tainted Black roster, who have lost 2-0 to both of the other teams in their group. Now they are back on a bye for the most part. Asa, though, opting for that UMP and a lot of utility instead of picking up an M4. And he also got head armor, but he's going to be the first kill of the round with a headshot. It seems fitting that the head armor player gets headshotted.
Oh, that's right. Got to take him down. And we're waiting for time here. Legacy pushing angles, making sure they clear things out. Eckel will take out Chrisowell, and he's looking for another kill. Watching that entry down into the B site from Control. Has playing from Toxic. And nothing really happening yet as Legacy bide their time. Still got just under a minute for them to commit. And there's Lightstep picking up Scoot. Klebs watching the vent here. No one going to be pushing him through the flames. And now it's going to be onto the A site here. Echo looking to push through up into heaven from ladder. Klebs coming from vent slowly but surely. Matsidi playing from hut. And this is very good control over the A site, covering every angle to make sure they get in. Echo picking up Dizzy.
3v3 situation. It's doable for Tainted Mines here, but Klebs could be stuck in a very difficult position there, but doesn't really matter whether he got out of the vent or not. He was pretty much done for. And looks at this point like Tainted Mines. That kill from Echo, another kill. He's doing so well. Has going to walk into 2 players, get decimated there. They did find one through smoke, I think, Echo. Maybe it was a gap in the smoke.
There was at the bottom right, so Matt CD, when he saw the flash come out, he turned away from the flash, but before that, he'd actually seen feet bottom right of the smoke pushing through. So going into that gap, it left it open for him. Easy claim, easy kill. He turned, he didn't get the follow-up, but the flash came through and Deoxide came for the save.
So that's going to be Tainted Black, now down by 2 rounds. Still only on pistols, so the economy game is not in their favor, and this is going to be Legacy. Absolutely no respect, rushing into the B-bomb site, finding that entry kill onto Klebs, and pushing further. But Asa, he's in Toxic here, and he should just hide. Play time, but he's going to be able to get out. Can he find that kill onto Lightstep? He does indeed, and Has will find a second onto Dizzy. So the situation isn't actually that preferable for Legacy. Yes, they've got the better weaponry, but so far, to me, Tainted getting a lot of good kills. Or 2 good kills, I should say, but that's going to be the cleanup effort. Asa now last alive. Can't do anything more with that CZ. And that is going to be the round over for Legacy, winning it. So it's 12-9. The economy now still weak for Tainted. Very weak indeed.
They've managed this buy is the main thing.
Yeah.
So they've managed to get onto this. This is the gun round matchup that we're going to see Echo pick up the AWP. And now Tainted are going to look to flip once again and try and swing the momentum of Nuke to their favour. Legacy, though, 3 rounds ahead. They're holding on now. They're staunch in what they're doing. Tainted, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do that.
See Legacy use that wall of smokes once again to make their way down to B through Secret, but he's going to find the opening pick onto Dizzy, so that's a good start for the boys from Tainted Black. He's going to be able to back off there, use the silo as or the reactor, I should say, sorry, as a bit of cover, but he turns at the most inopportune moment. Ooh. Then again, Legacy, they didn't push that door, and now they finally do, and Has is able to get the bomb down there. That is a bit awkward for Legacy, but he knows there's a player to his right. He's got to be so careful that they don't double team him. But he'll turn away at the most horrible time. It's just CSGO timing. It's a bit unfair, but it is what it is, and he's going to fall there. But it still is a man advantage for Tainted Black, and that's such a positive thing for them to be able to get that opening pick. But then Matt CD decides that he wants to get that man advantage reduced. Meanwhile, Echo showing that he's just as good with the AWP if he wants to be. And Asa, how does he choke that there? He gets tagged up through the bottom of the railing there. But Chriso is going to be able to find that kill. Meanwhile, there's Klebs and Echo to deal with. I wouldn't put it past Chris to be able to find this win here.
The thing is they're watching from ramp. There's an AWP there. So Chris coming from this end. They now know he's playing from vent as well. Echo, though. He's going to go down. Klebs, will he fall?
Oh,
and Chris has done it. Long range, he should not have had that advantage. He picks up the AWP, and he's going to be bringing that into round number 23. Legacy against Tainted Black, 13-9.
I said don't put it past him to win it, and he just goes and wins it. Echo, I don't know how he didn't see him or didn't react in time, but whether he was looking at the wrong position or something, he didn't even get a shot off in the end there. And then that last gunfight, Chriso just playing it perfectly. Meanwhile, going into this round, round number 23, it looks like Legacy have pushed one down to Secret.
And it's going to be Lightstep up top, checking his corners on the outer, making sure that nobody from Tainted is here to watch and wait for him. They aren't. He's being diligent. If he clears everything out, then gives Legacy power over outer to make their moves. Deoxide here, playing at the back. more towards bomb. He's the bomb carrier for this map at the moment. He's looking to move back, grab the bomb, and then see if we can secure a site. Dizzy playing the outside here, has the stairs covered. And Klebs playing ramp, isn't getting much action at all.
Chriso's going to find that opening pick onto Eckel. And then Scoot is going to fall to Matt CT. So a very, very likely scenario of how this round was going to go with Tainted Black back on those pistols. But Klebs does find a frag there. Might be able to find a second. Not going to happen. Chriso too good with that AK. So Legacy now 14-9. Tainted, they were so close. But now it seems so far from being able to keep this series in contention, at least this map close.
If Tainted can pull one more round, at least they'll be able to make it to double digits against Legacy. That'll be a feat in itself. Like, they've done so well now. I'd like to see them take that claim to fame. Legacy 14-9, 1 round away from being on match point. Eckel misses that flick, and that could have been the start to a very good round for him. Matt CD will see him here. Isn't going to go for the wall bang. Is flashed out, so he's going to drop and wait for Eckel to poke back. And there it is, Matt CD headshot. Eckel unable to claim anything with his AWP. Matt now looking for another here. Not going to find Klebs yet, as Klebs backs out, and the incendiary going to prevent him moving. But Matt baits him out, forces the move. Scoot gets Dioxide, Has gets light step. Chris and Dizzy open it back up, and it's left for Acer. Milboss, this is looking Legacy 15-9. I don't think Tainted are going to be able to get that coveted 10.
So far, it hasn't been achieved, but Tainted they've won the most rounds on Nuke versus Legacy today, and that should be something they should be proud of at least. But definitely, there have been opportunities for them to win rounds that they should have. Those 2v1 against Chris. I mean, they'll be kicking themselves that they weren't able to accomplish a victory in those rounds.
Oh, yeah.
But Acer, he does have the chance to do this here. He's been able to pick up the first kill. He's got 2 more to deal with, and the bomb is down here, but he has to check so many angles. This is a problem with Nuke. He's throwing that smoke down, and he's going to go for it. Not sure whether or not Chriso knew where he was, but in the end, he finds him. That was a very awkward encounter indeed.
It certainly was. He dropped the smoke, was trying to play the smoke for the bomb, but couldn't get it to work in his favor. And ladies and gentlemen, it's match point for Legacy Esports, 15-9. Legacy looking to close this out and prevent a 10 coming up against them. Round number 25. It's UMPs with Eckel on the P90. Lots of utility here for Tainted Black. And they're going to look to use it to keep Legacy at bay for at least one more round. Scoot pushing with Has here. They're looking for the early aggression. They're pushing out, but Klebs goes down to Dioxide. Eckel trades it back. Chris picking up one on Eckel with the nade, and Scoot as well with the AK. Has dropping back to Outers after Chris had a massive flank to come in with some damage down. Lightstep picks up Acer, and it's down to Has. 1v4. As much as I'd love to believe in a massive clutch, it just does not seem likely. This Lightstep comes out and finishes it for us. 2-0 once again for Legacy. No one taking a map from them in group stage.
Phase down, bro.
That's
Couldn't
it.
do the 1v4.